Here's one from Rebecca. What is your response to prominent figures like Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, who were close with Paul and Sean, claiming Montreal was a work? I'll admit, I don't remember hearing them say that, but any response to those who believe that Montreal was a work?
I don't believe that. So I was there. They weren't there. Um, I was there. So it wasn't work to me. It was real to me, damn it. No, it was, if it was, and it was very well elaborated work, and I'm sure that that was the first thing that Vince and Paul did was call Kevin Nash and Sean and say, "Hey, this was work, man. Don't worry about it." Yeah, dealing in the reality of it and dealing with the fallout of it and dealing with everything else that came along with it. It was work. It was elaborate work, and they got me. So I call hogwash on that. So
Marcus Majors says, "Who is the more athletic big man, Bam Bam Bigelow or Vader?"
Bam Bam.
Hmm.
I think Bam Bam was just a lot more athletic and more agile.
Speaking of another agile big man, Zoye.
I'm right here. Yeah, that's me.
What's your take on Sean O'Hare? What stopped him from getting to the top? I know he's often brought up as one of the biggest what ifs in wrestling.
Good
I'm a
Lord, man.
casual fan. I only discovered him a few months ago. I'd love to hear your take.
God, I thought Sean O'Hare could have been the next guy. I thought he had all the tools. Could Yeah, he had the look. Um, could do some incredible things in the ring. Unfortunately, had no psychology and or personality, larger than life personality to bring him to the next level. He got so far on his look and got so far on, oh wow, this big man can do incredible things. But that's where it ended, unfortunately. We tried putting him with Piper. Um, had Roddy on the road with him to try to help him with his psychology and try to help him with here's why you do this here, here's why you do that there, and teach him. And it just was, man, it just didn't work. Just did not work.
Let's talk a little bit about Pat Patterson. Bryant Whaley wants to know, what is your favorite Pat Patterson story?
God, too many. I don't know. God, Pat taught me so many things in life in general. And Pat had such an incredible life himself, living his life as a gay man in a straight man's world at the time where being gay was taboo and criminal in some places like Alabama. Even, I just saw a documentary on that, focusing on Alabama, and it was Pat lived his life, man, and was very successful in a business that didn't embrace that lifestyle. So, he lived a very incredible life and was labeled and accused of things just because he was gay by people that don't know him and don't know the situations and are on the outside saying, well, because he's gay, he must have done that, or that must have been what he was doing, when not even remotely the case, and painted him with the same brush the people that may have done some things that were not quite right. That wasn't Pat. My kids, I would let Pat Patterson and Louis Dondero, his life partner, they could babysit them and watch them for weeks on end. I would had no problem with that at all. Used to come home and we would work at my house, and my wife would come home and go in, take a shower, and come down in a robe and sit on Pat's lap. Oh, Pat, Bruce, if I was ever to go straight, I would take her from you. That was the man that I knew. Pat was absolutely just hilarious. He made everything fun, and he kept me sane. He taught me the two most important words, what if, and helped me, just taught me so many things about the business and psychology and simple whys and why nots and how to deal with people in general. So, every story, yeah, Pat retired in 94, maybe 95, right before WrestleMania 12, the December before WrestleMania 12, whatever the hell that is. And, we threw a big party for Pat at my house, and all Pat wanted was a big screen TV. So we got him this big screen TV. He was going to move to Florida, sell his house in Connecticut, move to Florida. So we get him this big screen TV. And I said, Pat, are you just doing this for the big screen TV? Fuck you. Cases. And, sure enough, son of a bitch was there doing the main event at WrestleMania 12. And then, and then he came back after that and retired again. I guess that's in the wrestling business. We retire, then we come back, and then we retire, and then we come back, and then we retire, and then we come back. But Pat retiring and coming back for me was always funny. I'm done. I'm not going to do shit. I'm going away. Was just fabulous. But Pat was a hoot. He was a hoot. No matter, everything that you did was kind of a lesson with him. If you went to Katz's Deli in New York, Brucey, what you do? You ask the guy, you go, hey, can I try some of the corned beef? No. The fattier, the one with the fat in it. The guy gives him, he goes, okay, make mine medium. He goes, and he takes a $1 bill and puts a $1 bill up on the thing. He goes, now I get extra. I'm like, all right. Everything was like that. You know what I mean? It was like, Brucey, this is how you do this at a pace, and you get the better room if you do. Okay. He was an absolute trip, and he was a teaching machine. And he knew he was teaching. He loved teaching, but I don't know that everyone that he was teaching all the time understood the education that they were getting at the time. And magnificent human being that I love to death, and was a great, just a great part of this business. And so many things that you see today are because of Pat Patterson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson here to tell you a little more about what AdFreeShows.com is all about. Get early, ad-free access to more than a dozen of your favorite wrestling podcasts every single week, starting at just $9. That's less than 20 cents an episode each month. And yes, you can listen to them all directly through Apple Podcasts or your regular podcast apps. How easy is that? Ad-Free Shows also has thousands of hours worth of bonus content and docuseries like Title Chase, Eric Fires Back, Conversations with Conrad, and The Insiders. Plus new series like The Book with David Crockett, Monday Mailbags with Mike Chioda and Nick Patrick, and a whole lot more. And you want to talk about early? You can't get any earlier than listening to the shows live. You can be a part of the live studio audience as we record the podcast. Plus, ride shotgun alongside your favorite childhood heroes for live watch-alongs, Q&As, and other interactive experiences every single month. Come on now, see for yourself what thousands of other wrestling fans from around the world have discovered, that AdFreeShows.com is the best value in wrestling. Check it out today, and hey, when you do, the first week is completely free. AdFreeShows.com.